Wicked, wicked, wicked.
You just feel really calm at the fully lengthened.
Wicked, wicked, wicked.
The longest road is probably consistency over time.
Wicked, wicked, wicked.
Yeah, I got a comment on my YouTube. I don't know what video it was, but I don't think it was like made to be offensive or anything. It's just someone's observation, basically saying that they're saying my training is great, or they like my training, but it's not good for like the average lifter. It's someone, you have to be someone who has like a great mind-muscle connection. So like for the average person, it's not useful. But like that's what I wrote back was that's wrong, plain and simple, because it is wrong. It's dead wrong. It's like in order for you to establish a great mind-muscle connection, you need to be taught in the right way first. And it's the same in any other sport, and I keep bringing it back to other sports and like other athletic maneuvers or whatever it might be. It's like there's a reason why boxers, like you first walk in a boxing gym, like any of you people out there maybe taking like a cardio boxing class or just for fun, hit mitts with a trainer, whatever it might be, there's a reason why they start you with the most basic punch, which is a jab. And before the jab, they teach you footwork. So how to even step when you're punching, then it's a jab followed by a cross, and then they add the hook on and they add other punches on based off what you're doing. But it's always comes back to the jab and like your footwork. Your footwork is your base for any sport, whether it's football, boxing, baseball, whatever it might be. Footwork is number one, right? So you have to think of in bodybuilding, your footwork is your form. Because not on every movement we're not using our feet or doing athletic maneuvers. We are trying to isolate and target muscle groups, and we need to understand like how to do that. So we need to understand that there's a movement pattern that elicits the best response, and there's movement patterns that elicit horrible responses that people need to get out of the habit of using and get into these better patterns, right? So if someone comes to me who's an average lifter, I don't know what that means, because anybody who's in the gym who wants muscle on them is not average at all. Like you're a special individual if you try to be here and put on muscle and improve yourself and you dedicated to that. You don't have to be on stage posing. You don't have to compete ever. You just enjoy lifting, you enjoy working out, you enjoy seeing changes to your body. There's nothing normal about that. So people need to stop thinking that way. Because we're all part of like a community, right? Where this is all a like-minded thing. Even the competitive bodybuilder can identify with the gym bro or the newbie, because they've taken the steps and been all that themselves. So they know how to be in your shoes. Just because you don't know how to be in their shoes doesn't mean you can't relate, because you guys all do the same thing. And girls, you lift weights, you do your cardio, you do your whatever it might be. Everyone does the same stuff. Different people are at different parts of their journey, right? So that's what I'm saying. When I get someone who's a newer lifter or like a normal lifter, like someone who doesn't compete, whatever, just enjoys getting bigger, it's almost easier to train those people because they're less programmed than the individual who's like a higher level athlete in the sport. Because that higher level guy has been lifting, or girl, has been lifting a certain way for a long time, maybe adding in new things here and there, like learning stuff from different people, bringing it in. But like their movement overall might not be great. Let's say it's at like 60% of what it could be. It's like, it's hard to break that person of their habits. So if I go to train someone and they have a great chest, and I tell them, I look at the way they move and I'm like, you could be moving better. You could even have a better chest. And then you tell them like, oh, do this, and you start changing what they do. They understand like, yeah, like this is cool, but once this guy walks the fuck away, I'm gonna do what I normally do. And I'm gonna keep, because that's what got me here. So I'm just gonna keep sticking to my guns with that, right? Whereas a newer person, or a person who's willing to learn, who's not having great results, or like they're really lagging, they're more inclined to listen to you and take note and really hear what you're saying and really go over, like listen to the fine details of it, like where you're pushing from. Where is my weight displaced? Where are my eyes? Where's my head? Where's my chin, right? So it's like, that is someone who's easier to train. So like we just did a video with one of my clients. It's not about like that I only train people who are high level or whatever. Like I just happen to be in a gym surrounded by really great athletes who are bodybuilders. But my whole training life of training different people prior to being here, I didn't train anything but regular people. So the improvements we've made on the individual, depending on how much effort they put into something, right? This guy's going crazy over here on the deadlift. But Yeah, so I mean, it's to say that my style isn't conducive to someone who doesn't have a mind-muscle connection. If you're never going to try to learn how to get that connection, like that's what I'm saying. Like when you first start lifting in any type of style, whether it's my style, whether it's someone else's style, like whoever you want to be, you're going to have to learn certain movement patterns or certain ways of doing things. That's going to take you a while to download and compute, and really like ingrain in the way you move or the way you do things, right? So why not learn properly from the beginning? Learn the most effective way from the beginning that's more natural for you and like you'll remember and will just be naturally your movement, than to think like, oh, I can't do it. I can only train like him once I get to a certain point. It's like, no, start off and like, it's like if I'm gonna learn how to box, I'm gonna learn how to train with like Sugar Hill from Kronk Gym, who trains Tyson Fury and trains my buddy Steve Rolls. Like, I'm gonna train with the best right off the bat. Or Eddie Reynoso, who trains with Canelo. Like, these are the people you want to train with right away, because they're going to set you on the path to greatness, or your greatness. Not that you're attaining some huge thing, but like your path to being the best you can be, because you're learning the fundamentals and the basics right. So you're not going to veer off. You're not going to develop this bad habit, bring that along with you, kind of fix it, and then do this, bring a bad habit from there, bring it along with you. The next thing you know, everything's all fucked up. And so you get with someone who knows what they're doing, then they gotta like rewind you back to the start and reprogram you again. Like, what a waste of motion, what a waste of time, right? So learn from the best in the beginning and learn from people who like help you understand, and you'll get the most out of the interaction, right? What was the other one?